Alright, today we're going to do a couple of figures. Similar to the last figure that we did, but we're going to kind of give a spin on this. This is going to be Running Bear, is what it's called. He's about 1.5 inches high, and I don't have my little. He's about 3.5 inches high, 1.5 inches wide. But let me get my just a minute. Okay, he's 3.25 inches high and 1.5, about 1.5, a little over, about 1.5 inches wide. And we're going to do a little play on Indian names today. Now, I'm not making fun of Indians, folks. We're just carving some little figures. This is going to be Running Bear. So, first of all, what we want to do is we just want to just go down this way with it. Just going to kind of play around here for a minute. We're just going to separate those legs a little bit. We've already separated them a little bit with a bandsaw, but I'm sorry, I have a little cold today, so if I sound hoarse, I am. Okay, so first of all, what we want to do is we're going to just draw a center line down the middle of the bear, and we need to cut the, the ears are back here, because we want to have the ears farther apart because we want a little feather in between there. I'll show you what we're going to do. So I'm just kind of separating those ears just a little bit. Alright, now what we do with this little bear is we come from side to side on this, because up here is basically the eyes, and we come from side to side sort of like this. And we kind of look at it just like that, see? And then we want to come down here and we want to do the same. Okay. Now, we're going to do it again. And again. This is a fun little caricature. And I want to bring this center down just a little bit too, because this is where the ear, this is where the nose is going to be. Okay, so I'm just going to bring this down a little bit because I want to make room for the little bandana that I'm going to put around the eyes. And we come up here and we do the same thing with the ears. See? Okay, come on that. Now that should be enough, so I'm going to go ahead and redraw this ear excuse me, this nose. Why do I keep saying ear? We carve on one side of it, just like this. And we carve on the other side of it. And we've got our little nose there, see? And we just sort of bring this down too. And we bring this down as well. On both sides just a little bit. Okay. Now, we want to come in here and we want to hit this on the side again. And hit this on the side again. Okay, do you see that? From the very side, do you see how we've done that? And we want to come here with the nose. And come down here with the nose. Come across like that. And then we'll bring that nose down where we'll kind of shape that nose the way we want it. Okay, now let's go ahead and bring the ears back also, because the ears are not that thick, and we're going to bring those back, and then we're going to bring the back of the ear forward a little bit, in other words. Now we're going to come further, we're going to come further into this by separating these ears. Just like that, see? And we'll do this. We'll round that off a little bit. See how we're doing the ears? Just like that. Okay, we're going to bring those ears back even more. And we're going to bring those ears back even more. And we want to kind of look at it. And we want to bring them back. But then we want to bring the ears forward just a little bit like this, see? And I think bringing them, thinning them up, is enough that way. Okay. Now, let's do this. Okay, so we basically have got our face formed the way we want it. Well, not perfectly the way we want it, but I mean, we've got the boundary lines, as we say, doing that way. And there's our little bear, see? I want to come back just a little bit more, but I'm scooping on those ears. I'm just kind of coming on the inside so that they'll kind of lean this forward, in other words, a little bit. Okay? All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and just on the sides here, we want to just separate our ears a little bit. So, and on the side over here, I'm outside, so if you hear some noise, well, don't worry about it. Okay. Now, this is what we're going to do. This is normally where the eyes go. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bandana so we can put a little, a little feather on him. Okay, now we're going to come from the back side here, and we're just going to draw a line, and then we're going to draw that line up here and up here. Okay, and then we're going to draw a line here, across here, and up here.
Have you seen two dogs running around here?
Okay, and this is going to be our little bandana. Actually, it's going to cover the eyes, is what it's going to do. And come back this way. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back here. I'm going to make a cut. Here. Make a cut there. And we're going to come back over here at the bottom of the face here and make a cut like this. Now we want to watch the ears. We don't want to put too much pressure on them because they can break. All right, because what's going to happen is this is going to come and cover the eyes. And we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to come forward like this. And then we're going to, now understand that this is for the outside of the bandana here. Okay? And this will come from the inside of it. In which case it will come at the bottom of the ears here. All right, so we're going to come across here like this, and we're going to come from the bottom. And we want to be careful because that's real. That is real. And we come from the top up here. We come across here, and we come from the top here to make the bandana. Okay. Now what we're going to do, come across here and come here with the ears. Now be careful around these ears, okay? We're just establishing where we got this bandana. Okay? So let's be very careful about the ears. We don't want to put too much pressure on them. All right, now Actually, I can cut that down just a little bit. Just like that. Okay. Now, the bandana is actually going to cover his eyes. And you'll see it better when it's painted, in other words, of course. I know it first, but let's just come around here. And we're going to shape that bandana. Okay, I'll come a little bit stronger here. And a little bit stronger here on this. Okay. Bring that, you can bring that nose down a little bit. Okay. All right. Now that we've got established where the bandana is going to be, and this is the bandana that goes around his head to give us the impression of his feather that he's going to have in the back. Okay? I'm just going to cut a little bit in there. Just shape that nose a little bit more. And then we come down here like this. Okay. Now, what we do in this situation is we just want to, from this point, come up just like this. See? Come up like that on the bear. And we want to cut that. And we want to cut that. And we want to come from the inside like this. Okay, see like that? Just like that. Okay, now let's bring our ears back a little bit more. See from the side how they look? They're not real thick. And let's kind of just bring them in just a little bit to show our bandana a little bit more. Okay, this one's got to come in even more because it's okay. You see from the back how that is? Take a little bit more off here, and let's put this separation the ears right down in here. All right, okay. Now, just kind of getting this situated here. Bringing this kind of up in here. All right, even a little bit more. Actually, that's all going to be. Okay, now let's go to our body right now, and then we're going to come back to that face and that bandana. And I'm going to go ahead and do this like I did the last little figure I did as far as the Okay, what we're going to do is just sort of go around him, and we're going to put him with a blanket. I don't know how much time I have taken up now, but I'm sure it's enough. So I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and end this video, and we're going to come back and we're going to begin again, okay? All right.